before the corrupt police department arrested the victim's roommate, there was a fight that broke out because the roommate was trying to steal from the vendor he was working for, which caused a whole humongous fight that the main character and the crush had to get in the middle of and deal with right after they arrived there. And that's also when the male lead realizes they're both theirs, because he sees an article or a video of them dealing with that. Drag everyone who was part of that fight to the police department, who questioned them. There they find out that during the death of the victim, everyone there kind of heard an argument and fight happen. But later it proves that this fight wasn't even involved in the death of the victim, because the victim died somewhere else. So this fight was something else that did not involve the victim's death. The main character finds out that the corrupt director and his little gang of direct police officers are involved in a drug gang. And they are probably leading that drug gang. And so he has to take care of this issue. And his victim might be part of this deal. He's part of this thing. He might not be fully part of it, but he might be at the edges of it. So when he arrived to the city, he had gained a ton of money that he sent to his mother. But where did he get all this money from? He needs to be involved in something shady, and specifically, he might be involved in the shady business that the corrupt police department is involved in. And that's probably why he got killed, and why the police department was working so hard to cover it up and then try to frame somebody else for it. While looking into the shadiness of the police department, the main character discovers a driver whose sister was framed for night business, arrested, and while in prison died from an overdose. And this dude, for years or for a period of time, has been trying to get his sister's case open, but no one outside of the main character will listen to him. And the main character agrees to solve his sister's case and bring justice to the case, because again, bringing justice to the case, or bringing the case to light, will bring to light the corruption of the police department, the thing he was assigned to do by his boss. Well, out in dinner with the male lead, because they are both kind of depressed and saddened over finding out the crush has a date coming up, and so they decide to go out to eat with each other, and he gets a call from the driver telling him that the driver was in danger. So he rushes to the driver's side. He goes around asking questions from anybody. He's not giving full truth, because he knows if he tells them the truth, they won't answer his questions. And it lures him to a brothel club thingy, and he enters it knowing that he will be in danger, that this is technically most likely a trap. This brothel or club thing is run by the police department, the corrupt police department, and they're like, we got to handle him. We have to take care of him. They already captured the driver, and they end up killing the driver by drugging him, because they were like, oh, we'll just give him a little bit of the drug to keep him in line, and instead they end up killing him. And so they decide the best thing to do is imprison the main character or kill the main character, because they know they're basically doomed at this point. While there, the main character befriends one of the server girls, and she is giving her best way of giving information to the main character, the only way she knows how to, without, fully revealing that she's giving information to him. She also tries getting rid of the bugs in the room, or showing the main character where those bugs are. So yeah, they're working together, and they both work together to escape the place. And there is the male lead. He helps them get out of there by being their getaway driver. The male lead had not been with the main character the entire time after the main character left their dinner. No, he had followed afterwards. And he had basically went to look at the location where the roommate and the victim lived in. And he describes the living arrangement to the main character when they were driving and running off. Now, he could have also been there because he wanted to give the main character back support. Just support. Now, if you're wondering why didn't the main character not get backup, he did. He called it a little too late to call backup, and it also takes a period of time for backup to arrive because the streets and roads of the city is like a maze. So it takes a period of time from someone to get to one location to another, but backup arrives when they needed backup. Backup rescues them, and they also brought in an ambulance with them, so both the male lead and the main character is taken to the hospital. The male lead, because he couldn't handle all the blood on the main character, because again, he's afraid of blood, he's terrified of blood, it makes him sick. So he was horribly sick afterwards and had to be taken to the hospital. The Four Eyes detective, that's what the book calls him, he seems to basically be working for them, but it's obviously that he's there to lure them to certain spots and certain locations that the corrupt director wants them to go in. So it's obviously he's not trustworthy, and he also gets a text message from one of the other higher up corrupt detectives to go get rid of the roommate of the victim, and he goes and does that. So the last thing we see of both of them, the main character decides he's going to play a little questionnaire game with his crush, and basically giving his crush a no choice but to choose between him and the male lead. He's like, if you were a woman, would you choose me or the male lead? And the dude's like, well, if I was a woman, I'd be still romantically attracted to women, so I'd be trying to figure out how I'd come out as a lesbian. And the main character doesn't even listen to this part. He goes, well, if there was no women and no men in this world but it's out of me and the male lead, who would you pick? And the dude has no choice but to pick the main character, and the main character's super pleased with himself, and he recorded the whole conversation with the dude to send to the male lead. And I'm like, seriously? Seriously? How petty are you? How much do you want to prove that you have one up with your crush to the male lead? Like, honey, seriously? When the main character sent that text message to the male lead was in therapy, and he's been seeing several different therapists over the years who change him out to somebody else because they do not know how to break through his filter. Basically, it feels like they're in a session with a friend instead of a patient, someone who's playing mind games with them without getting past all his fortitudes and walls. Like, he will answer all their questions and will bring up topics himself, but they're never able to actually get through him. His current therapist even tried to doing that, but he wouldn't allow it. He's sticking to this therapist for right now, and he basically borrows books with this therapist and has conversations with the therapist. But once he got that text message from the main character, he got out of there. Yeah, he just got up and left and said, I'll see you next week. I'll see you the next time. So the main character, he doesn't know that the male lead is seeing a therapist. He also did not know until the car chase scene that the male lead cannot handle blood. He severely cannot handle blood. The crush does know about the male lead's inability to handle blood, and he also found out just recently that the male lead has been going and seeing a therapist.